Command General Yana, feeding the people, down here in Trinidad. You see what's going on with the rain right now and the condition of the people right now is real bad. So again, big ups Commander General Yana, for all, the work that put in over the years, that we could raise up, young black men down here in Trinidad and could do the same as well in his footsteps.
It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. Take ground, now this ain't no
ISUPK, Trinidad and Tobago, under Commanding General Yohana. We will be live on the streets, 91.9 FM.
One west to the death till they bury me.
Every Thursday from 7 p.m. Hosted by Officer Sawapya Allah and Officer Makwaya.
One west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Live every Thursday night from 7 p.m. on the streets, 91.9 FM.
Seriously, you're looking for a Christ man, the one who's anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do his will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo.
Imagine Honor don't like no soldiers. With the spirit of the Lord, we don't like no soldiers. You know what I'm saying?
Saint, black, Hispanic, native, they hate y'all as the same. Paint Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African song niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell, toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. And I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, class was being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, rank and order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí.
Lord Commandant General Yohana na ISUPK.
This is what Commanding General Yohana did. This is what he did.
First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
I got you. let it vibe real quick. Look.
The city eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls till you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Crew. Colder than an avalanche, way above average. Revenge taste sweet, told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Child become a man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad, telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see profits under this banner. Make my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I want it black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty to handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Waldo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Hate me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yara down, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
All right, Shalom Israel, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Barakatah, to all the brothers, Yahweh Shema, Ailatan, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, to all the sisters, Priest and Officer Matt Kwyak of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, which started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And in this school here in Point Fortin, we teach that the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man are part of the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. And that this Bible holds your history, your culture, and your heritage. Again, the school location is Light Pole number 1, Morris Street, Point Fortin. You can visit the school anytime or call the number to the officer above me, Officer Sawapia Allah, at 479-8286. Right? Again, 479-8286. If you want, you could call the captain that is above him, the captain over the school, right? At number 1202-701-4640. Again, you can check all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, X, Threads, whatever the case might be, to keep abreast of the things that are happening in and around the school, right? Our upcoming High Holy Day, because these days, the High Holy Days and Feast Days of the Lord that was given to us by our forefather Moses, these days is for us as a people to keep. You understand? We are not supposed to be celebrating the holidays of these other nations. We have our own days, our own feast days, our own high holy days, right? Our upcoming holy days, the Feast of Dedication, or Hanukkah in Hebrew, 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days. That will be on Sunday, the 14th December, 2025, right? Again, you can check us out, 91.9 FM, myself and the officer above me, Officer Sowapiala, on 91.9 every Thursday from 7 p.m. You understand? Where you could call in, get a question answered, or listening on the topic for the night, right? We also have the Lord's Passover, Lord's 57 annual Passover, which will be April 4th, 2026, Houston, Texas, right? The fee is $200 per adult or kids 17 years and older. So be sure to check that out also, right? You can also check it out on all ISUPK platforms, isupk.com, and so forth. Right? Tonight's topic will be knowing who we are. Knowing who we are, and the Venezuelans are family. But most people
don't understand that the Venezuelans, they are a part of our family, they are part of our bloodline, they are part of our heritage, right? Just like the Haitians, and we have those from Guatemala to Panama, we have the Mexicans, the Judites, all of them are our family. With the recent war and rumors of war in the air, so-called white man going over to Venezuela, many of our people don't understand that they are our brothers. They don't understand the intentions of the so-called oppressor. You understand? They don't understand the attack that is taking place on our brother. You understand? Because of course the propaganda that has been pushed by the oppressor against our brothers, right? So you might find or hear them saying things like, you know, yeah, let the Venezuelans them go through what they're going through. You know what I mean? It's good for them. That study when they tried to invade Guyana. When you look at the history, there are certain regions that the Guyanese claim that is theirs. Those are rightfully the Venezuelans. You understand? But that is another class, another topic, right? So first of all, let me get Ezekiel chapter 3. You start at verse 17, Baba Kusha. Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17.
Book of Ezekiel. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Yeah, go ahead.
Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words.
3 and 17, right?
3 and 17. Like the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 17. My son of man,
go ahead.
I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You coming into the knowledge of the truth, coming into the knowledge of knowing who you are, knowing that you are part of the 12 lost tribe of Israel and that you are not an African, knowing that you have other brothers and sisters that is going through the same oppression like you are going through. You coming into this knowledge, the Lord saying what? He have made you what?
I have made thee a watchman.
Go ahead.
Unto the house of Israel.
Unto the house of Israel. Who's the house of Israel? The 12 tribes, the 12 brothers. You understand? These sons of Jacob. The Lord said that he made us watchmen over these nations. What a watchman does, watchman watch for danger. A watchman watch for trouble, for perils. A watchman watch for things that is to come out, might befall the nation or the people. You understand? The Lord saying that he made us what? Watchmen. Go ahead.
Come on, therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
So you as a watchman, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, the Lord is telling you here. Hear the words at my mouth. Listen, understand, observe, do the things that the Lord telling us to do. And do what? We now have to give the people the warning. Give them the warning of the dangers that they might be facing and they do not know. You understand? Show them the things that the oppressor is doing to our nation. Show them where they are going wrong against the Most High. Show them what is sin, which is absolutely important. The Lord said, do what? Give them warning. So when we see danger, we see trouble, we see all these things, we have to warn our people on the outside. You understand? Our people being the 12 tribes, 12 brothers. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Come, with thee. When I say unto the wicked.
When I what?
When I say unto the wicked.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt surely die.
Why he would say, when I say unto the wicked? Because these nations, these tribes, these brothers, they don't understand that they are the ones without the knowledge of the truth. They are the ones that are sinning against the Most High. The things that they are doing is what we will call wickedness, because it is not in alignment with what the Most High wants for his people or his nation. You understand? So he said, when I say unto the wicked, go ahead.
Thou shalt surely die.
Go ahead.
And thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way.
You understand? So when he said to the wicked, you should surely die. But you're not giving them warning for him to change from his wicked ways. Go ahead.
Come to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life.
To do what?
To save his life.
You see brothers on the classes in the ISUPK, under commanding General Yohana, and all these classes that schools are throughout the four corners of these earth. This is to give our people warning. You understand? This is to save the life of our people. When you see us on the street corners and doing food drives and all these different things, we are here to save the life of Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are here to put back that breath in our people. You understand? The breath that the so-called oppressor stole with his propaganda and his ways and his culture, the way how he does things. We are here to give our people what? That warning. Go ahead.
The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
And if that man or that woman don't take heed to what the prophets of the Lord are saying, the prophets of the Lord is in these ISUPK under commanding General Yohana. The prophets of the Lord is not in those churches with suits and ties that telling our people we need a miracle, pray over this cloth, buy this anointing oil, and all these different things. Those are not the prophets of the Lord. You understand? The prophets of the Lord is in the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana. All these things is biblical, the whole process, which we will go into in another class. You understand? But in these churches, these Christian leaders, these religious leaders, they don't know their head from the foot. They are not the watchmen over the house of Israel. They are not giving Israel the warning. You understand? And they don't want to see our people change from their wicked ways. When you look at how these religious leaders align themselves, they are not aligning themselves the way how the Lord wants it to be. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
But his blood I will require of thy hand.
You understand? So we have a duty, we have a job. Brothers or sisters listening to the class tonight, you will understand that you on the outside want to come into the truth. Coming into this truth is absolutely beautiful. But when they come in, you have a job also. You understand? Just like we are doing, you have to do also. Go and warn our people. Just as the general say, go and get your brothers and sisters out of this world. You understand? When we say out of this world, is out of the world of the oppressor, mindset, culture, the way how he does things. We have to get our people out of that and bring them to the way the Lord wants us to be, the way how the Lord wants our nation to be. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Verse 19.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yet if thou warn the wicked.
Yet if what?
Yet if thou warn the wicked.
So we going out and warn the wicked. We warning this children of Israel or their ways, things that they're doing, showing them the righteousness, showing them the things that the Lord wants for them to do. You understand? We warning the wicked, telling them don't smoke weed, stop selling drugs, don't abort your children. You understand? Go ahead.
And he turned not from his wickedness.
And he does what?
And he turned not from his wickedness.
And those people don't turn from their wicked ways. Go ahead.
Nor from his way back. So that nor from his wicked way. He shall die in his iniquity.
He's going to do what?
He shall die in his iniquity.
That man or that woman is going to do what? Die in their iniquity. They are going to die in their sins. You understand? When we look back at our parents and our parents before us that passed on, or before them, that generation, they're going to die in that sin. You understand? If we don't go out and warn this generation after us, with us and after us, they are going to die in their sin. We have a duty and a job to do so for Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. We are actually raising our nation from the absolute bottom, from absolutely nothing. You understand? By all the other nations, they on top and they having a time, the Lord tells us that he wants us to be that ruling class, that ruling body. These other nations supposed to be following us. You understand? But most of our people don't know that, they don't understand, because they're not getting the knowledge of the truth. But the knowledge of the truth is here, it is out on the earth, and they can get it only in the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Nor from his wicked way he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul.
Give me Revelation chapter 12 and verse 15, Baba Kusha. The Lord saying, but you so-called Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you go out and you warn the people, their blood is not on your hand. You understand? You have delivered your soul. Again, we have a duty and a job to do. We have to go out warn the people, teach these classes. You understand? Why we traversing to and fro? Keep letting our brothers and them know who they are. You understand? Feed them the knowledge of the truth. When Christ was with his disciples, he said, go unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Just paraphrasing the scripture. You understand? And this is who we have to go to. Who are these 12 lost tribes? We're going to go into that later on in the class. We're going to understand that these 12 tribes, we are all family. We are all one blood. We are all one people. We came from the same father. We have the same culture and the same heritage. We have the same common enemy, which is the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Devil meaning deceiver, liar. You understand? But this oppressor pushed propaganda on our people and made our people believe that we are all what? Separate. We are all different people. We are all from different nations. You understand? Make us believe that it is right for us to abort our children, smoke weed, commit fornication and adultery. And look at the media, you see them pushing these things on our people. Pushing. The oppressor can't stop come out, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian air. Continually pushing. When you come into the knowledge of the truth, you understand, you start understanding the oppressor, you start understanding how he's thinking, you start understanding the wiles that he's using against your people, so-called Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Right? The scripture say, surely, oppression makes a wise man mad. Paraphrasing, but we'll get our scriptures going down. You understand? Not make you mad as they're walking around in the streets without clothes and without pants and this and that and the other. Not like that. You understand? Make you mad to see the things that the oppressor is doing to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Physically and even mentally in the mind. You understand? The oppressor is the person that will make our people believe that their mind shaky and our people will be boasting. You know, yeah, my head was one shaky. The oppressor convincing our people that. But we don't understand the skill. Why is that the oppressor? That spirit. You understand? These are things for us to look at and pay attention to. Right? When you haven't read Baba Kusha.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood.
You understand? I'm reading here in the book of Revelation, the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood. You understand? What does that represent? The lies, the propaganda. You understand? Telling what? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Now, all it's different people, all from different nations. You understand? It's not God chosen people. All of us is one. As the term we just always go by is African. Most of the things we learn is from the oppressor and his ways. You understand? Go ahead.
And the serpent was cast out of his mouth, water as a flood after the woman.
You understand? Water as a flood. When I examine water and flood, when I examine like a flood, for example, these things is it doesn't happen like one time. It is always be a build-up. You understand? A flood don't just happen just so. Rain had to fall over a period of time, the water build up, boom, flood. So you knowing the oppressor over time with his propaganda, he's going to get there exactly where he needs to get there. You understand? He's going to put your back against that wall that the Lord don't want you to be in, position he don't want you to be in. You understand? The water in this context represents the lies. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
That he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
And the woman talking about here in this scripture is talking about the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the nation of Israel. You understand? That he might do what cause her to be carried away with all these lies, deceit, propaganda. You understand? We wouldn't know who we are. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And the earth helped the woman.
And the what?
And the earth helped the woman. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood.
And they understand the earth helped the woman. How did the earth help the woman? The earth helped the woman with the teachings that men before us went through, the archaeology, the history. You understand? When men before sacrificed their time to go into all these teachings to come and teach us, where did they learn it from? All the archaeology, the travels, you understand, the history, the in-depth studies, to the point whereby you have people from these other nations coming out and saying, hey, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are the true Jews. You understand? You are the Lord's chosen people. When Native Africans coming out and saying, you is not African, Lord tell us what? The earth is going to help the woman. The earth is going to help Israel. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
And the dragon was what?
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, the oppressor, the so-called white man, he became wroth with Israel. Go ahead.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
And what he went to do? Make what?
Make war with the remnant of her seed.
And he went to make war with the remnant of the seed of Israel. See like what's happening to the Venezuelans right now? So-called oppressor trying to wage war. And if you watch our tactics, not invading, not only because Venezuela have allies or help. You understand? But the scriptures tell us that the oppressor was the most cunning man in the field. So you feel he's just going to go in so because it have bombs and he have all nah. When you look at the tactics, he's trying to taunt. Maduro taunt our people to get them to make the first move. You understand? And once Maduro them can act or react before the so-called oppressor do what he had to do, now the oppressor can turn and say, look, Maduro is the aggressive one. The children of Israel is the aggressive one. And now that giving them the pretext to do whatever they want to do. You understand? That is the spirit of the oppressor. So the Lord is telling us and gave us an example of how the spirit of the oppressor and how he will wage war against our people. Read it again from the top, Abakusha.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High.
Which one?
Which keep the commandments of the Most High and have tested testimonies of Jesus Christ.
The testimony is the truth of the most of Christ. Testimony. You understand? That is the truth of Christ. So-called oppressor doing what? Raging war against the remnant. Not only in Venezuela, look what happening to our Judite brothers with ICE. You understand? Or they're just kicking in doors and taking mothers away from children, fathers away from children. Feel the oppressor care, the oppressor don't care. They don't care if you eat or drink. They don't care if your child have a mother. They don't care if the child don't have a father. You understand? Don't care about that. What the oppressor cares about is himself. That is what the oppressor cares about, himself. That's why when our brothers and sisters go across in these different countries to work under the hands of the oppressor, look at how the way you treat them. When they go up and they watch the ratings of how these these Mexicans and Colombians and so forth. You rate are paid again under the hands of the oppressor. You want to know? Nah, it's madness. And when you look at the kind of work they're doing, when you look at the type of work our brothers and sisters doing under the hands of the oppressor, you know, that is really the oppressor. That is really the devil the Bible speaks of. The Lord tells us to do what? Gather ourselves together. O nation not desired. And when you see things like these, you're understanding that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians not desired by the oppressor, not desired by these other races. You understand? When you watch how we are being treated, not desired. When you watch the things they're pushing on us, we are not desired. In this book, in this Bible, the Lord give us rules, He give us laws, give us commands, things that we should do. Nice thing about it, the Lord tells us that His word will not do what? Go out void. When you sow, it's where you reap. White man sowing oppression, where you feel go happen. He that leaded into captivity is going to go into captivity. You understand? The Lord tells us the wages of sin is death. If we continue sinning, the Lord's word is not going to go void. You understand? We are going to what? Die, maybe physically or spiritually. These are the things our people have to know and understand. And come out of the Christian church and the Muslim mosque and all these different religions and black groups. And things were just making us feel good. You understand? And start realizing or recognizing what the Lord wants for us to do. Scriptures tell us, take ye out of the book of the Lord and read. What we have to do, seek the Lord. Seek His face. Do the right, what is right. You understand? You're not going to learn what is right in the Christian church or in no black group, no religion. But they're going to learn what is right, the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana. Because here is this place that the Lord set up for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Here's the sanctuary. Here's the home. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
That was the end of
so like, yeah.
that was the end of Revelation 12. Revelation 12.
That was in Revelation?
Yeah, 12.
Give me John 8 and 31 Bible question.
John chapter 8 and verse 31.
Go ahead.
Then said Christ to those Jews.
Then it said who?
Then said Christ to those
Go
Jews
ahead.
which believe on him.
Then said Christ to the Jews that believed on him. Go ahead.
If you continue in my word, that
Christ is telling the Jews that believed on him. Why that statement right like that? Those who believed on him, because it have Jews who did not believe on Christ. It have Jews who did not believe his word. You understand? But the Lord is saying to the Jews that believed on him. Go ahead.
Then said Christ to those Jews which believe on him.
Go ahead.
If you continue in my word.
If you do what?
If you continue in my word.
To continue something, you have to start. You understand? Christ is saying, if you continue in my words, if you continue in my way, if you continue doing the things that I tell you to do, if you continue following the instructions, go ahead.
Then are you my disciples
Then
indeed.
what? Then what?
Then are you my disciples indeed.
Then the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man is the Lord's disciples indeed. You understand? So coming into the truth, coming into the knowledge of the truth, coming into the nation of Israel, understanding who you are. getting back your identity, getting back your history, getting back your culture. You understand? Pouring on the Spirit of Christ, starting that new thing. The Lord tell us what? They come into the truth, when they come into the body of Christ, is a new creature. Just paraphrasing the scripture. All things are passed away. You understand? So whatever you used to do, that is no more in the eyes of the Lord. These are the things that we have to remember. You understand? And do what? Continue in what the Lord wants us to do. Lord tell us once we continue, we are indeed his disciples. So now when you turn and you look at the Christian church, you're seeing definitely they are not the Lord's disciples, whilst most of them may profess to be the Lord's disciple. The Lord say you have to continue in his word, which means you have to keep the rules, laws, the commandments, the statutes, the judgments. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Verse 32. And you shall know the truth.
And you shall what?
And you shall know the truth.
Continuing in the Most High words, Lord says he's going to be his disciples and he is going to know the truth. Go ahead.
And the truth shall make you free.
And the truth is going to make the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man free. No more you will be under the bondage of the oppressor. And I'm not talking about you will have to go and slave. You understand? But no more you will be under his philosophies and his doctrines, his culture, his holidays. You understand? You wouldn't be under that anymore. Because now he's what? A disciple of Christ. He's a disciple of the Most High. You understand? Give me Ecclesiastes 7:7, Baba Kusha. And these is the things that we as a people have to turn and get away from, which is wiles of the oppressor, the propaganda of the oppressor, the things that the oppressor feed us just to make us feel good now. We're not really saying no and being watchmen as the Lord tell us to be. You understand? Watching from the dangers from outside, watching from the dangers from these other nations. Because we high asleep and we feel we are awake. You understand? Go ahead when you have it, Baba Kusha.
Kawankan. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely, oppression maketh a wise man mad.
You understand? And when you look and see the things that happening to our people, the Hispanics, Native Indians, you understand, our Judite brothers and sisters, our Levite brothers and sisters over in Haiti. You look at what happening to us right here in Trinidad, the oppression that we're going through, the things that we have to face daily. This oppression, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, is actually going to make him mad. And as I was saying before, it's making a man to walk the streets naked and in bust up clothes and all these different things. Now you have a problem. Now you're angry. Now you want to find ways to help your people. You understand? Now you want to find ways to make your people come out of this oppression. Now you want to start learning about the oppressor so you can teach your people what to look for so that they won't be continually spinning in mud. You understand? Lord telling us oppression makes a wise man mad. Now we want to be able to start to study and learn the scriptures to be able to come and teach your people. They go out on the street to raise the valley of dry bones, to raise the people, raise our people that are asleep. Because our people working 9 to 5, getting up, moving up and down, they don't know that they are asleep. They don't know that they are under oppression. They don't know that they have been lied to for generations. You understand? For generations, they have been lied to. Their grandfather, their great-grandfather coming right on to them, and they now taking that and pass it to their children. For example, the white image of Christ. You understand? When you dig a little deeper, they pass on the ways of the slave master. What's the next holiday coming up? Christmas. When Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are supposed to be coming together to celebrate Hanukkah, the Lord's high holiday. You understand? When you start looking at the culture of Israel, you realize it's a beautiful culture. You understand? You read books like the 10 Lost Tribes, and you start seeing how these oppressors started to study Israel, study how they live, study how they move, study right even down to the end sign, knowing, hey, which sign is for which tribe. They know. They know and they understand. That is why they had to scatter our people. They know and they understand when us as a people come together, the things that we're able to do and accomplish. You understand? As a family. But the oppressor again, scatter us, divide us. Because he have this way, divide and rule, divide and conquer. You understand? But the Lord is raising up the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel from every corner of the earth. And coming back into the fold, coming back into his fold to be the people that the Lord wants him to be. You understand? But where we at?
Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Yeah, go ahead.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Oppression does what?
Maketh a wise man mad.
Go ahead.
And a gift
And
destroy and a gift destroy the heart.
And that's what happened to most of our religious leaders, most of our politicians, most of the people that say they rule over black people. A gift destroy the mind. But the cat thing straight. Can't make a decision on their own. To make a decision, it must go to the oppressor. Look at what's happening right now. Look at what's happening to the leaders here in Trinidad. To make a decision, they have to go to the oppressor. Make a decision on your own. See if the oppressor break your wing. You understand? Make a decision on your own. See if you close on something that you have in your country. Look at what happened with them. It is nutrient right now. You understand? Things for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to help grow crops, fertilizer, different kind, which is important for the growing of crops. The white man pull it and push the propaganda. Now we under negotiations. No, we're not under negotiations. He pull it. You understand? And if once he had to give it back, it had to be under new terms and conditions. Not the same terms and conditions we once had. Look at when you get fired from a job. You fed up, I get fired, I fed up. You fed up, get fired. And lay off. You understand? People start to laugh at me. Fed up. But when they fire and lay off, take a little time and they come back and present your package to you. You know what they're telling you? Different terms and conditions. These is the things that we have to understand about the oppressor. These is the things that we have to understand about our leaders. You understand? Pull the fertilizer from us. No. It's either we bow or we find somewhere else to get. But this is not a game. The oppressor not playing. You understand? The oppressor not playing. Why is these other nations building and going forward? With the help of the oppressor, he's not playing. We might think it's a game because all we're studying to do is to eat on a daily because we are under the oppression. Fail to keep the Most High laws, we end up at the bottom. So now we have to get up daily and look for it. You understand? But the oppressor is not playing right now. Not playing with these other nations, neither with the children of Israel. because he know the time short. Despite what he doing, he know his time is short. You understand? And the more blacks and Hispanics keep doing what's right in the eyes of the Lord, despite whatever propaganda the oppressor push on our people. You understand? The Haitians and them in good, the Venezuelans them this. You understand? The Colombians them that drugs. Them fishermen going across and bringing across drugs and despite what he might push on the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, the thing about it is we have a duty to do what? Examine the facts. That is what we have a duty to do. Examine the facts of the things that was laid out to us. You understand? How come we could just hear the oppressor say something about Israel? All right, for example, he's African. And we just take that and run with it. You understand? All right, well, let me go over by the Africans and them and see why the white man say all is African. When you go across by the African, you realize, but wait now, it have a next side to the story. Good night. The Africans and them telling you, calling a cat and cotton picker and all these different things. So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, this is not a time to be sleeping. This is a time to be wide awake. You understand? This is a time to be wide awake. The more the truth is coming out to our people, the more the truth is coming out to these 12 tribes, the oppressor is going to immediately put you back to sleep. You understand? These is the things that we as a people have to watch out for. Go ahead when you are. That was the night, right? Give destroy that.
Come on,
give me John 14 and 15. Yeah, give me John 14 and 15, Baba Kusha.
Come. The book of John, chapter 14 and verse 15.
16. Yes, now wait, hold on. 14 and 15, yeah. So what?
Come on. The book of John, chapter 14 and verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandment.
If you love me, do what?
Keep my commandment.
This is a command. The so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? The Lord is telling us, if we love him, do what? Keep his commandments. Not some, not a few. The Lord say, keep his commandments. That is how we show we love the Most High. You understand? When we go to church and we jump up and sing, I know we have a good time, we feel good, we sweat. That is not showing the Most High that we love him. He said, if you love him, keep my commandments. Paul, I think Paul was saying, follow me, even as I follow Christ. Coming to the school, you see brothers and sisters following after the Lord, keeping his ways, keeping his laws, keeping his traditions, practicing the traditions, not just the high holy days that we practicing that, but practicing the menial things that we might overlook. Then you know what to do what? Try to do the same. You understand? It's not just what laws, commandments, and statutes. Yes, right? That is important. You understand? There's over 600 rules and laws. You understand that we as a people have in this book. Not just laws, commandments, and statutes, or not just do eat pork, do eat crab, do eat shrimp, do eat lobster. These things. Not just that. You understand? It have things that we might overlook. As soon as they hear learn them, you have to do what? Try your best to put them into practice. You understand? So now the face of the Lord wouldn't be against us. The Lord wouldn't turn his face away from us. Just like when a child is in trouble, the father says, all right, go ahead. Turn your face away from the child. That don't mean you will leave the child to go into danger or die. All right. You want to listen to me about Sebamsi? Now to earn favor of the Father, and if once you're doing what is right, then the Lord face will turn to you. The child father face will turn to him. No, the father will listen to him, and add more to be able to do whatever the case might be. To learn these things again, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, India is should be under commanding General Yohana. You understand? Give me 2 Chronicles 14 and 7 and 14, Baba Kusha.
What chapter?
2 Chronicles 7 and 14.
Come on, guys. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 14. If my people,
If who?
if my people,
What that shows, immediately when you hear that, if my people, that shows that the Lord's people separate, or it have a separate people. So then you have to find out who is these people that are separate. Who is these people? That is the Lord's people. He said, if my people, not all people. All these nations is not tied up in this book. Here, Officer Swab Shalom, you have some share of the third. You understand? All these people is not tied up in this Bible. All these other nations, these other races. Lord saying what? If my people. His people is the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? These brothers from the 12 tribes. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
If my people, which are called by my name,
which are what?
Which are called by my name.
What is the Lord's name? Yasha Allah. You understand? Go ahead. Prince of the power. Go ahead.
Shall humble themselves.
Shall do what?
Humble themselves.
What does the Lord mean to humble yourself? Change. It doesn't mean what the Christian church or what social media or TV make us feel. You know, I fool, I read. Nah. The Lord said, my people should humble themselves, should change. You understand? Change from what? Being out in the world. Put on the spirit of Christ. You understand? Stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Stop the prostitution. Stop adultery and all these different things. If my people should what? Humble themselves. Start understanding who is your God, who is your power. Go ahead.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray,
and do what?
And pray, and seek my face,
and do what?
And seek my face.
Seek the face of the Most High. Seek what the Most High requires for you as the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to do. Just like the brothers and sisters in the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana is doing today. You understand? Seeking the face of the Lord, seeking that favor from the Lord. We understand that we are under oppression. We understand that we are under the hands of these other nations. When you look at the nation of Israel, we have no military might, we have no power. You understand? Even if one man build power for himself, still don't have no power because the nation helpless. You understand? That's one of the reasons why the Lord said, do what? Gather yourself together. Gather yourself together. For example, like when we look in the book of Babylon to Timbuktu and we listen to the history, you understand, of all our brothers and sisters that fled into Africa. When they fled into Africa, who had painters, sculptors, you understand? Blacksmith, leathersmith, goldsmith, agriculturalists, judges, this, that, whole list. Now these people scatter because we fail to obey the Lord, and the Lord scattered us among all nations. You understand? The Lord said, gather ourselves back together. We feel gathering. Just people that don't know what's going on, that don't have an idea about jewelry or leather work or finance or these different things. When these people gather back, and we have to get the Christianity out of here, it's not like we just come in and gather and yeah, he's a painter, he's that. No. Start networking and connecting with people. In doing that, they're still showing them the ways of the Most High. And they now showing you, hey, well, look at this here. This jurisdiction, this happened. Start building back the nation the way it's supposed to be. When these people gather back together, remember, this is your nation, this is your people, but we just scattered. Think about the ruling class that's in power now. For example, the Syrians. You understand? Or the East Indians, the Chinese. If they scatter now, it will be the same. It will be the same thing. They're masons, they're painters of art, they're agriculturalists. They just scatter. But they have, as a nation, they're not scattered. You understand? So that is why they're together. That is why they're thriving. That is why they're on top. Their families together. Our families just scattered. You understand? Because we refuse to obey the laws of the Lord. And in this last hour, the Lord is gathering back his people. Gathering back his people to be the people that is above these other nations, above these oppressive nations. You understand? So why is the Lord gathering back his people? All these people coming back into play. Painters, the sculptors, the workers of art. You understand? All these things coming back together. And it is beautiful to see the pieces coming together. Come like you're building a house. You understand? Which is actually happening to the nation of Israel, rebuilding back the nation. But it come like you're building a house. When you're building a house, you start at the foundation of the ground. But that doesn't mean the bricks not there. Wherever the bricks might be, the hardware, the wherever factory or wherever. That don't mean the steel not there. You understand? That don't mean the sand and the gravel and the cement not there. All these things are there. But now we have to do what? Bring the pieces together. Lord tell us that he will make us what? Fishers of men. We have to bring the pieces together. So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Just as I was saying earlier in the class, coming to knowledge of the truth, we have a job to do. We have a duty. This duty is not to us. If you're thinking it's to you, selfish. Selfish as hell. This duty is not to us. This duty is to our brothers and sisters that are asleep on the outside. Most importantly, this is to Christ. Because the things that he went through and went and died for us for. This is what we have to understand, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? This is not time to be played. That's why the Lord saying if they will do what? Humble themselves. Change. Turn from your ways. You understand? Seek the Most High face. Give me the 2 Chronicles from the top again, Baba Kosha. There we are right now.
Come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, which are called by my name,
go ahead,
shall humble themselves,
shall do what?
Shall humble themselves,
go ahead,
and pray.
And pray. You understand? Which is we do after every class, high holy days, Sabbath days, feast days. Praying to the Most High. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction. Death to the heathen. You understand? We're doing that every class, every day. You understand? We're praying against the gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, Kozikomatasi. We're praying against these things. Humbling myself because why? We need to change. We're changing. Shed off yourself from the world. And what the scripture say, you humble yourself and what? And pray. And pray, Lord. Forget not your children of Israel. Have mercy on us. You understand? Praying. Because why? We want to come out from this position that we're in. We want to come out from this oppressive state that we're in. When we get up in the morning and you're watching TV, and you're seeing black men being gunned down. You understand? All these accidents. You might watch an accident like, wait, I'm drunk, boy. Wait, I'm crash, boy. Remember the general saying, boy, when you hear the kingdom reach, we will have no more untimely deaths. People will be getting heart attack. You understand? And running up the road and crashing and all the different things. But in order for us to get the kingdom, we have to change. We have to return to the Most High ways and drop the ways of the oppressor, drop the ways of these other nations. If we didn't do that, well, maybe our next, just like it was in the wilderness, maybe our next 40 years might pass. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. So right.
We have a whole book, example.
Right.
To show or to guide you not to fall in that snare.
Right.
But what happened? Still fall in that snare.
Okay.
Fall in that.
Right.
And I will read this again, general breakout is that for us, but notice the ones and them who lag it.
Right. Okay.
But now the men who perform this duty, this is who the Lord raised them.
Right.
To bring back the
Absolutely correct. Karam Council. You understand? And just to add to what he's saying, as Officer Swab said, what we were reading earlier, we have to go out there and warn the people of their wicked ways, like it or not. The scripture say, cry aloud, spare not. Give me that scripture, Baba Kusha, anybody can find it, please. I appreciate that. I ain't have it, man. I'm a title here tonight, but you know what I mean? The Lord say, cry aloud, spare not. You understand? Because we have to understand the Lord himself say his people is our what? Stiff-necked people. A rebellious people. Children that will not want to hear the laws of the Lord. You understand? You have it, Baba Kusha?
Come on,
Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud.
What?
Cry aloud.
So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, when you see these brothers and in all these schools in the ISUPK, on the four corners of the earth, on the street, and you're shouting, you understand? It's not a shout like, hey, they're doing something wrong. Yeah. Cry. You understand? The Lord tells us to what? Cry aloud. Like when something wrong, something affect you, something hurt you, and you cry. But the Lord is telling us to what? Cry aloud. What hurt us, what affecting us, is seeing our brothers and sisters in this condition, not understanding that they are royal, they are holy, they are separate, not understanding the oppressor and his ways. You understand? Not understanding that they are sinning against the Most High. That is what have us in this condition from generation to generation. And if we don't cry aloud, you understand, tell our people the things that the Lord want them to hear, it is going to go to our children and our children after, and the children after them. You understand? Read it from the top again, Baba Kusha.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud.
What?
Cry aloud.
The Lord is telling us, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, to cry aloud. Go ahead.
Spare not.
What?
Spare
Don't
not.
spare. Old, young, whatsoever the case might be. Lord saying, spare not. Go ahead.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Do what?
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Lord is telling us to do what? Lift up our voice like a trumpet. Go out on the street, you go out in these classes, cry aloud. Don't spare because somebody in Muslim or somebody in Rasta or somebody is 6 or 7. Or Tanti because she old, or Grandpa because, you know what I mean, it's the age. Spare not doesn't mean be disrespectful. Spare not is not holding back the word at the Most High to feed the people. You understand? So our people could change from their ways and return to the ways of the Lord, return to the ways of the Most High. You understand? This is what our people have to recognize. One more time again, Officer Michael Baba Kusha from the top.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud.
What?
Cry aloud.
Lord telling us to cry aloud. Go ahead.
Spare not.
What?
Spare not.
Don't spare. Not because of religion, you understand, or religious practices, or whatsoever the case might be. Don't spare. You understand? Let the people know where they're going wrong. Go ahead.
Lift up thy voice like
What?
a trumpet.
Do what?
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Lift up your voice. Exalt your voice. This is not going out on the corner and singing, "This is the air I breathe." No. That is garbage from the Christian church. Lord saying, lift up thy voice. The people from afar here. Lift up your voice as a trumpet. When you look at a trumpet, it makes noise. We're not saying it going on the street and it does like a tingling brass, or whatever the case might be. You understand? You alert the people. Go ahead.
And show my people their transgression.
Do what?
And show my people their transgression.
And show the black man, the Hispanic man, and the Native Indian man their transgression. What is transgression? Show them their sins. Lord tell us that sin is the transgression of the law. That is what we do have these classes here for. That is what we're going out on the street for. To show our people their sin, to show them their transgression. To show them why we are in this condition or why we are in this place at the bottom of society. You understand? And how we as a people could come out and remove this generational curse from among our people. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
And the house of Jacob their sin.
And what?
And the house of Jacob their sins.
And the house of Jacob their sins. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, which is the house of Israel. These 12 tribes. You understand? Give me Baruch 2 and 30 Baba Kusha. These 12 tribes. You understand? Of Israel. Show these 12 tribes their sins. These 12 tribes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Show these brothers, show our people, show our family, show our blood. Show them their transgression. You understand? Judah will be considered the Negroes, Benjamin, the West Indians, Levi, the Haitians. You understand? Simeon, the Dominicans. Reuben was who again, right? I think Guatemala to Panama. You understand? Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans. Manasseh is the Cubans. Seminole Indians, you understand? And all these different tribes, the Issacharites, the Mexicans, the Asherites, the Venezuelans, Brazilians. Show them their transgression, show them their sins, show them what they're going wrong. Because the spirit of the oppressor is upon you. His ways, his doctrines, his philosophies, it overtake our people, it overtake Israel. The people that the Lord wanted to be separate, that separate or that holy people, it overtake us. Just as the scriptures tell us in Deuteronomy chapter 28. You understand? That these curses will what? Pursue us and overtake us. Just paraphrasing. We have to show our people where they're going wrong. When these other nations, you understand, huddle up in the temple and all these different things, they're showing their people where they're going wrong. When they're reading out of the Bhagavad Gita and the Egyptian Book of the Dead, you understand? The Book of Mormon, which is not for black people. They have their thing to teach their people. You understand? But the Bible is here to teach our people. Black man, Hispanic man, and the Native Indian man. The Bible was never a book of religion, was never a religious book. But the Bible was a book of the history of these 12 tribes, a chosen people, which is the true Jews. You understand? But the powers that we take that book and use it to confuse everybody, make them feel that everybody's a part of the Bible. That ain't so. The Bible is separate. You understand? You look at the book here, it says the Holy Bible. Holy means separate. It's a separate book, separate composition of books written by our forefathers. You understand? And passed down to the generations for us. Now that we have it, reading it, we understanding it in the ICPK under Commanding General Yana, we have to carry it out and teach people. Teach our brothers and sisters. Give me the Baruch Baba Kusha.
The book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew.
For what?
For I knew that they would not hear me.
Lord is telling us that he knew what? They're not going to hear us. Who is not going to hear us? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Not going to hear the word of the Lord. You understand? Because we're too caught up in ideologies and doctrines and philosophies. We're too caught up in the culture, the ways of these other nations. The Lord is telling us, oh, then go hear me. Because the way how things going now, the ways of these other nations, it seems nice. It seems right. It seems appealing. The Christmas and the Easter and the Wali just gone yesterday is a shame to see. Our people lighting up the place by the thousands. You understand? I had the opportunity to pass through with my brother and see that sight, a sight for sore eyes. Here I'm telling you. While we might laugh, it's a serious thing because our people lost. You understand? And when these things are happening, we don't know who to turn to blame because it have somebody to blame, which is the oppressor. And these religious leaders are seeking after themselves, seeking after gain. You understand? When they're supposed to show us to not learn the way of the heathen, they're studying by, I could drive a Beamer in the morning. Under the guys, they're doing it for their people. You know, they're coming to churches for all year. Still like you, sir.
And when I say holidays come along or whatever they celebrate, you know, they will bring their culture in this school.
Right.
That's that you want to be attending this school.
Right.
They will make them, you know, dress up in their culture,
right.
Dress up in their custom. And when I say the side I know, when I say our, I'd say, or quote unquote, Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, they come around, they would not dress in that culture.
Absolutely correct.
They would not dress.
Like how you see that.
They would not do that.
They ain't doing that at all. No emancipation, no independence, and beating drums and you know, if the poor we are Africans, which is not, but we going on the culture side as they say. You understand? Which you're absolutely correct. They're not dressing in we culture. They ain't going on for no dashiki.
No.
You understand? And come and beat drums and sing all those so-called spirituals.
This is why we request for that is extremely much higher.
Correct.
Because now when they do that, so our children, like you say, they will gravitate and taking that, you know, as just as children do play. But they will teach their children naturally, hey, don't put on this, don't put on that,
right.
Don't dress like them. Because now you dressing like them, you know, you take on their spirit,
right.
So they automatically bring it more into them. We should, as I say, do the same as well.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, to what I can say, that's a real big point to bring there because these other nations are not seeing them following after our way. In no way. We always have to be the one to hold on to the ways of these other nations. You understand? And as Officer Swap rightfully saying, then they bring it in the schools. So now when the parent now, the one who instilling the rules or the laws at home, when they reach in school, they are now teaching a different rule, a different law. You understand? And they being the adult in that arena or the superior one, the children now in their innocence will want to give reverence or respect. You understand? That is why we have to continually, day after day, night after night, season after season, make sure our children hold on to the culture of our forefathers. hold on to the things that we're teaching them as Officer Sowapiala rightly say, train up the child in this way. Train up the child in the way of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the things that they stood steadfast for. We have to do that. Because if we didn't do that, we think go up next generation or two. Same shit. Excuse my language. You understand? The same thing going on happen. So to what again for that Officer Swap. Yeah, Musa and Christ. We have the Baruch. Give me from the top, Baba Kusha.
The book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 30.
Go ahead.
For I knew that they would not hear me.
So you knew what?
That they would not hear me. Because it is a stiff-necked people.
Give me who Deuteronomy 28 and 68 of Sasha Baba Kusha, right? And if you could cross-reference with Exodus 20 and 2, if you could hold them two eyes of some micro within here. Yeah, go ahead, Officer Michael.
For I knew that they would not hear me.
So the Lord is saying that he knew our people is not going to listen to him. They're not going to hear the words of his mouth. They're not going to hear or listen to the things that are recorded in this Bible. Go ahead.
Because it is a stiff-necked people.
Because what?
It is a stiff-necked people.
Because our people stiff-necked. That's how we just say in local term, we harden. You like to hear. You understand? We want to do our own thing. As we were reading earlier, we don't want to humble ourselves. You understand? Go ahead.
But in the land of their captivity.
But in the land of what?
In the land of their captivity.
Land where blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are captured, where they were sold or taken captive. Go ahead.
They shall remember themselves.
They shall do what?
They shall remember themselves.
Those lands, we're going to remember that we are not African. You understand? We are not Haitian, Dominican, Guatemalans, and Panamanians, Brazilians. In the land where we were taken captive, we're not going to remember that. Go ahead.
Verse 31. And shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear.
You will give them what? An heart. A heart, not talking about the organ, talking about the mind. You give them what? An heart and an ears to hear. You're going to hear these words wherever you will scatter. Lord say, my sheep hear my voice and they follow. Not just hearing. And they what? Follow. Go ahead.
Verse 32.
I see in
31.
Let me enter 32.
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name.
That is what happening right now. The brothers and sisters through the school in the ISUPK under commanding General Yahan. You understand? In the land of the captivity, the land where we were taken captives, we are praising the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 33.
Nah, I think that's the idea with that. You understand? Give me the Deuteronomy 28, Baba Kusha. But the Lord tell us where we will be taken captives. You understand? That we're going to remember the people who we are. We're going to remember the tribe we come from. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Shah.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I speak unto thee.
The Lord tell us that he's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. When you look at where Israel or Jerusalem was, or is, where Egypt is, they have no water mass between Israel and Egypt. But the Lord tell us he's going to do us something. He's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof what?
I speak unto thee.
Same way he's telling us it's going to happen, exactly so it's going to happen. See, by ships, it's by ships. Go ahead.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
What is it that the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man is not going to see no more again? Speaking about your homeland, which is Jerusalem. Some people say Africa is the motherland, Africa is the homeland. Africa is not the homeland of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Jerusalem is our homeland. You understand? Moses is telling us that we're not going to see our homeland no more again. Go ahead.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
And where you are scattered, you're going to be what? Sold to your enemies. The enemies is going to buy you. your enemies. He didn't specify an enemy. He said your enemies, letting you know what? Nations around us is our enemies. Because we were sold into all these nations. You understand? Go ahead.
For bondmen
For bondmen, meaning slave men
and bondwomen,
and slave women,
and no man shall buy you.
and no man is going to redeem us from the position or the condition that we are in. Give me Exodus 20 and 2 Babakusha. No man is going to do it. Many black leaders rise, but yet still, the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man is in the same position that we are in. You understand? From the time that Moses told us that we were going to be sold to these other nations, till this day, we're still in the same position. You understand? No man redeemed this nation, these 12 tribes, from the position or the condition that they're in. You understand? And the Lord saying that he will bring us into Egypt again. Why the Lord says he's going to bring us into Egypt again? Give me Babakusha.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Understand? The Lord refers or references Egypt with bondage. You understand? So when the Lord told us in Deuteronomy 28 that he's going to bring us into Egypt again, the Lord is telling us that he's going to bring us into bondage, to slavery again, but this time, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, they is going to go into slavery again with ships. You understand? And exactly how Moses said it's going to happen is exactly how it happened to us as a people. You understand? Brought into slavery and sold into these other nations by ships. I think the Taino Indians, the Aztecs, the Mayans, I think they were the first ones to go into slavery. But it doesn't matter about who first and who second and who third. All of us as a people suffer the same oppression under the hands of the oppressor. This is what we have to understand. And that's something that's very important. You understand? No matter who first and who second. Some people just quarrel or talk about that. Just, on the same basis of doctrine and philosophy and who they went first and now. You understand? We went under the oppressor. Under oppression. One common enemy is what we have. You understand? And what in the world, what links these so-called tribes, these blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, what links them in the world is because of the oppression by the so-called white man. So now we can look at each other, look at all these tribes and realize now the white man oppressing these brothers. You understand? They go through the same oppression that our people going on. And what links us in the truth, in the Israel School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana, is these records. You understand? Come and you start realizing it now. These 12 tribes, these 12 brothers as one blood, one people, start keeping the laws and statutes and commandments together as a nation. Yeah, that link we together. That linking all these brothers together, these rules in this Bible. You understand? Knowing that we can't violate a brother or violate a sister. You know what I mean? All these different things. You can't be eating pork and crab, shrimp, lobster and teaching another brother, another tribe to do the same. You understand? We under the rules, the constitution, the government set up that the Lord laid for us as a people. You understand? Give me Genesis 49, Babakusha. Anybody that have it can read it. You understand? Because now we're going to go into the understanding the brothers, you understand, that were sold into slavery. These 12 brothers, these 12 tribes. You understand? We're going to run through it a little brisk because I've seen you only have about half an hour again, so try to see how fast. Try to see how fast I can go through it, right? Genesis chapter 49. You may have to cross-reference sometimes, but see how best. See how best I can do it. Understand? When anybody have a read, well,
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Understand? So Jacob had his sons. He told his sons, hey, gather up all yourself You know, let me tell you what will happen to all in the last days. You understand? From Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. These were the men that hold fast to the things that the Lord had given them. You understand? And when he reached to Jacob, Jacob had 12 sons. He now gathered his 12 sons to tell them what was going to happen to them in the last days. And when is the last days? No. You understand? We are in the last days. Right? So now, in reading this and in understanding this in Genesis 49, you can see where all the tribes had ended up. You understand? When they were sold into slavery, now you can see where these tribes are. Some people say that it will be hard to identify the tribe, or the case might be. I know how. When you go to the records of the Bible, and history and archaeology, just as we read earlier, the earth is going to help you, man. They're going to see. You understand? These tribes very identifiable, right? Baba Kusha.
Verse 2. Gather yourselves together and hear, you sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel, your father.
Right? So hearken unto Israel, your father. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Reuben.
Who?
Reuben.
So Reuben now, first one he called, first son. You understand? Reuben will be the Seminole Indians. You understand? Go ahead.
Thou art my firstborn.
Thou art what?
Thou art my firstborn.
So Reuben was the firstborn of Jacob. You understand? Being the firstborn, you will get what? The father's inheritance. You understand? So he's talking to Reuben now. Reuben is my firstborn. You understand? When they're looking at or reading the Bible, you have to see it from the way black people is talk and express themselves. You understand? If you look at that from the white man's perspective, you get a whole different ideology and philosophy. You understand? So like a father, a black father, you understand? Talking to his son, say, Reuben, you understand? You know he's my firstborn. And start explaining to him what will happen, right? So go ahead.
Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and my beginning of my strength, the excellency of my dignity, and the excellency of my power.
You understand? So the firstborn Reuben, father tell him is might, strength, excellency, and dignity, the excellency of his power. You understand? Reuben is the one that will keep the dignity, or has kept his dignity. You understand? Excellence, brotherhood. Remember the father watching the 12 sons, seeing the characteristics. This is the characteristics that the tribe of Reuben will have, the Seminole Indians. You understand? The Seminole Indian was the one that was not bowing down to the oppressor. When they look at different histories and things that happened with the oppressors and the Seminole Indians. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 4. Unstable as water.
As what?
Unstable as water. Thou shalt not excel, because thou went up to thy father's bed.
You understand? Unstable as water. Lord telling him, the father telling him that he's not going to excel. You understand? Why? Because he went up to his father's bed. When he went up to his father's bed, he lost the rights of being firstborn. You understand? He lost that inheritance because of what he had done to his father. You understand? Who became in charge now? The tribe of Judah. Judah is not the firstborn. Reuben is the firstborn, the culture in Israel. Firstborn will get the inheritance, but he lost that inheritance by what he had done to his father. Give me Deuteronomy 33 and 6, Bible question. Yeah, still only 49, yeah, but let's go to 33 and 6. You understand? Deuteronomy 33 and 6. But one could just hold the Deuteronomy, because we gotta be going to Deuteronomy 33, and one would just hold Genesis 49, right? I'll get it to Deuteronomy 33. Deuteronomy 33 and 6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33 and verse 6.
Give me one and then go to 6, Bible question.
Come on. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33 and verse 1. And this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of the Most High, blessed the children of Israel before his death.
Before what?
Before his death.
So now this is what you have to understand, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, right? Jacob gathered his 12 sons, tell them what will befall them in the last days. You understand? And if you look at the brotherhood and the love that passed through from generation to generation. Moses is the one going to die. You understand? Because he said before, he said, he know. Do what? Bless the children. The father tell them what will befall them in the last days. But Moses still now, bless the children of Israel. Bless these 12 sons, these 12 brothers. You know why? One thing as Officer Swab is always saying, because he is family. He didn't just leave and die and go on. He blessed these 12 sons. You understand? Go ahead to Reuben Babakusha.
Come on. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33 and verse 6. Let Reuben live.
Let Reuben what?
Live. And not die.
You understand?
And
go ahead. Finish it up.
And let not his men be few.
You understand? So the tribe of Reuben, the Lord said, Moses blessed them and said, let Reuben live and not die, and not let his men be few. The wars that Reuben will be going through are going to happen. You understand? They are not going to die out. That tribe is not going to die out. It's going to live, not die. You understand? And the men in the tribe of Reuben, the Seminole Indians, there's not going to be few. If you look at different, I want to say movies, but different movies depicting them, you've seen how they're riding, how they're moving in troops. Men, mighty men. And then look at the history. You understand? You're seeing how Reuben functioned, how he operated. You understand? Moses saying, let him live and not die. Don't let his men be few. Give me a verse. Give me next one, Babakosha, Genesis 49.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 5.
3.
Genesis chapter 45, verse 49 and verse 3. Reuben, thou art my firstborn.
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren.
Simeon and Levi what?
Are brethren.
Simeon and Levi is brethren. They are brothers. You understand? You look at the landmass with Simeon and Levi, they're right here. Simeon on one side, Levi on the other side. You understand? Simeon and Levi are brethren, the Haitians and the Dominicans. You understand? Levi being the Haitians and Simeon being the Dominicans. The father is telling them, hey, you always brothers. You understand? Go ahead.
Instruments of cruelty are in their inhabitations.
What will be in their inhabitations?
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations.
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. Go ahead.
Verse 6. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly. My honor be not thou united.
You understand? This is going, when the father tells them this is going into how they treat each other. You understand? The way how Simeon and Levi treat each other, right there, the same landmarks with a border, they can't see eye to eye. You understand? They're not able to come together as brothers, the way brothers and sisters will. You understand? The father tells them what will befall them in the last days, and when they look at it today, the Haitians and the Dominicans, same landmass, they can't come together. Lord said, instruments of cruelty, Salakia, will be in their habitations. You understand? Not there. Oh, my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly. Meaning, in their secret place. You understand? When nobody is seeing, where they're doing what we call Obia and Fudu and them different rituals and them thing. Lord say, his father is telling them, you want to go come down in the assembly. Go ahead.
Be not thou united.
We're not going to be able to come together.
Be not thou united, for in their anger they slew a man.
For in their anger they did what?
They slew a man.
For in their anger they slew a man.
And in their self-will they dig up down a wall.
For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall. Now we're going to get into that, but go to verse 7, Babakusha.
Verse 7, cursed be their anger, for it was fierce.
For their anger was what?
For it was fierce.
That goes also to show that these 12 tribes is not just ordinary people. These 12 tribes, they're fierce. You understand? If these 12 tribes come back together, look at, for example, I think it was my God teaching class Monday, and he was showing how Abraham rounds up 300 men to go for Lot. You understand? He did not just 300 men, 300 warriors to go for Lot and bring back Lot, Lot's wife, and everything they took from him. You understand? When you look at the characteristics and the traits of these 12 tribes is an army. These 12 tribes is a nation. We could come back to being the people that the Lord wants us to be, but we have to obey his ways, obey his laws. You understand? This is not the Christian church or the Muslim mosque or the way how they will make you feel, you know? These men and these nations are sweet. Now, the Lord said the anger was fierce and they're going to see what they do. Go ahead. Let's finish out verse 7.
I will curse be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel.
Saying that he's going to divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. You understand? Give me Genesis chapter 33. Let me go to why the father said, curse be their anger, for it was fierce. You understand? And in their anger, they slew a man, and in their self-will, they take down a wall. Give me Genesis chapter 33 and verse 25.
Genesis 33.
Yeah, 33. And verse 25. Hold on.
Genesis.
Yeah, 33 and 25. Hold on. Let's catch up with you. Oh, we got a mistake here. Hold on. 34. 34.
Genesis 34.
Yeah, take it from verse 1.
Come on. The book of Genesis, chapter 34 and verse 1. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob.
Right? So Dinah was Jacob's daughter. Then he had that child by Leah. When?
Which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land.
Right? So she went out to see the daughters of the land. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite.
When Shechem, the son of who?
Hamor, the Hivite.
The Hivite, meaning an African. That was an African, a native African. You understand? Again, they try to class us as being Africans, but he was no African. I mean, we are not African, Salakia. That guy, which is Shechem, he is an African, a native African, right? So go ahead.
Come on, Khan. Son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her. He took her and lay with her and defiled her.
So he took her, he lay with her, meaning he had sex with her and he defiled her. Understand? Why the scripture saying that is because we, throughout our culture, throughout our history, is not to give our daughters to the Africans, neither take their daughters and sons to pass our people. You understand? So he saw her when she going out to the daughters, I feel, took her and lay with her. You understand? Go ahead.
From Khan, verse 3. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob.
So he took her, lay with her. You know what I mean? He liked she. Go ahead.
And he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel.
So he do what we do. We'll get to what we do just now. You understand? So he do what we do. And he speak nice about the damsel. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, get me this damsel to wife.
So now he's talking to the father and telling the father, hey, I want this girl to wife. You understand? After he don't do what he did. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter.
Jacob heard what?
And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter.
So Jacob heard what Shechem did to his daughter. You understand? Shechem didn't come to Jacob and say, well, you know, he met Dinah to wife. Shechem took took Dinah and did what he pleased with her. You understand? Not according to the custom of Israel, not saying that we are to marry to these other nations. You understand? But it's like Shechem raped Dinah, defile her. You understand? Go ahead.
Khan. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come.
Right? So his sons were in the field dealing with the cattle, and he didn't say nothing until his sons come, right? Go ahead.
Verse 6. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him. Verse 7. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it.
Right? So Shechem, Hamor, and Jacob, they went out in the field to talk to Jacob. Hamor and Shechem went in the field to talk with Jacob, you know, to make whatever arrangements they need to do. But the brothers of Dinah hear what happened, hear what he did. Go ahead.
Khan and the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth.
They were grieved and they were very wroth, because how the hell a filthy African could lay in the manner that he laid with our sister. You understand? So they was grieved and they was full of wrath. Go ahead.
Because he had wrought folly in Israel.
Because he what? Wrought folly in Israel. Go ahead.
In line with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done.
Because we understand their daughters is not to give to our sons, and our sons is not to give to their daughters. You understand? Which clearly shows again, just as we were teaching last week, Tuesday up in the radio station, interracial marriage is a sin. You understand? We are not to marry into these other nations. That's why I say, you understand, which thing was ought not to be done. This is not to be done in our nation and among our people. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give him to wife.
You understand? So the father trying to negotiate for Dinah for his son, because he said, you know, my son longing for your daughter, whatever the case might be. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you.
I think which we're not supposed to do. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade therein, and get you possession therein.
You understand? So he's saying, make marriages with us. We go take your daughters. We go take your daughters. You get us ours, or they could come in the land, or they could trade. You understand? Thing will be nice. Possessions will be nice with you. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes.
So after he do what he do, he's still saying that, let me find grace in your eyes. You understand? Telling the father and the daughter that after he did what he did to Dinah, their sister, and now they remember them brothers and them vexed. But this thing is not happening in Israel. Go ahead.
Let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Verse 12. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me. But give me the damsel to wife.
So you want Dinah bad. Whatever you tell me, I will get it. I will give it. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully.
How to answer him?
Deceitfully. And said, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. Verse 14. And they said unto them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that will a reproach unto us.
Because our tradition, we know we have to circumcise on the 8th day, right? So they say, You can't give them to one uncircumcised. Go ahead.
Verse 15. But in this will we consent unto you,
Mm-hmm.
if ye will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised.
Right? So he's telling them we can't give our sister to all uncircumcised. But if you want she, be as we, get circumcised. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 16. And then we will give our daughters unto you,
When they get circumcised, we will give our daughters to you. Go ahead.
and we will take your daughters to us,
Mm-hmm.
and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people.
You understand? We will dwell with you, you will dwell with us. It's going to be nice. We will become one people. Remember, when you read in the passage, it's saying this not to be done in Israel. They brought a wrath in Israel, right? Go ahead.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
But if ye will not hearken unto us
Mm-hmm.
to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter and will be gone.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Shechem's son. Verse 19. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and he was more honorable than all the house of his father.
Right? So he's the most honorable one in his father. So he needed to.
Verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, These men are peaceable with us.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore let them dwell in the land, and trade therein. For the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 22. Only therein will the men consent unto us, for to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us be circumcised as they are circumcised.
And right, so now they'll be able to come in the land, trade, dwell. They could dwell with us if every male among us, which meaning the Africans, be circumcised. Right, go ahead.
Verse 23. Shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours?
Mm-hmm.
Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us.
Right, so greed take over now. They started seating. Well, you know, we could get land, we could come in land, or we could get cattle, we could get beasts. Everything will be us, all their substance. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearken all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised.
Every what?
And every male was circumcised.
Mm-hmm.
All that went out of the gate of his city.
So every male that went out the gate of the city, they go on and they get circumcised. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore.
When they were what?
When they were sore.
So go on and get circumcised, and now they saw from the circumcision, they in pain. Go ahead.
That the two of the sons of Jacob.
That the who?
That two of the sons of Jacob.
That the two of the sons of Jacob. Go ahead.
Simeon and Levi.
Who it is?
Simeon and Levi.
Simeon and Levi. Those that the father tell them the anger is fierce. You understand? Go ahead.
Dinah's brethren
Mm-hmm.
took each man his sword.
So they take the sword
And came upon the city.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, and slew all males.
Boldly. They came on the city boldly because they know they saw them in pain. Them can't battle. They came upon the city boldly and did what?
Slew all males.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 26. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the eagle of the sword.
With the edge of the
Sorry,
sword.
with the edge of the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out.
You understand? So they went in and battled all males. They slew all males. They killed Shechem and his son for the sister. You understand? Because of what Shechem did to Dinah. The Lord said the fierce anger. When you read Lord, you see that. You will see that when the father tell them they would dig down a wall, it's because they would dig down that treaty that they made with the Africans. You understand? Not saying that they would take their daughters and give their sons, but they wouldn't be able to dwell in the same land or dwell peaceably. They dig down that wall, they dig down that protection, that barrier between the Africans and them. You understand? So these brothers slew the native Africans, those filthy Africans, for defiling the sister Dinah. You understand? And how they do it? They do it deceitfully. So when the father make the treaty or make the order, them telling them, well, all right, they come up with a plan. They come up with a plan and tell them, well, just get circumcised, and you know what I mean? You go take your daughters, you go take your sons, and everything will be everything. When they do it, they know they wouldn't be able to battle. They went in and slay Haman, the men, and Shechem, which is Haman's son, for the thing that they did to Dinah. You understand? Showing you that the distance that our people will go for each other, understanding the righteousness of the Most High. Understanding that we is one family, one blood. I didn't get to go into the rest of the tribes or the rest of the brothers. Probably next class, I'll go down into the rest of the brothers. You understand? But these 12 tribes from Judah, Benjamin, Levi, you understand? Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar, all these is one blood, one family, one people. You understand? You could give me that Asher there. Although I will take it next time. Don't Asher in Genesis 49. Give me that Asher there, Baba Kushal. Let me just touch on it quick before I close up.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 20. Out of Asher, his bread shall be fat.
Out of Asher, that is Guatemala, Colombia to you guys, sorry. You understand? So the Venezuelans, the Brazilians, the Lord is telling them what? Out of Asher, his bread will be fat. You understand? Meaning things will be nice, you'll be wealthy. You'll have plenty of money. Look at the amount of gold that Maduro have all over the world. But most predominantly in England. And the so-called white man, and again, the devil, the deceiver, holding this wealth from the oppressor. You understand? Go ahead.
And he shall yield royal deities.
And he shall yield what?
Royal deities.
And Asher is going to yield royal deities. Things that what it's saying is, what it's saying simply is Asher is going to be dealing nice. He's going to be living good. You understand? They're not going to be struggling and all these different things. Give me the Deuteronomy 33 with Asher. I think that will be 33 and 24. You understand? So Asher will have a lot of wealth, money, gold, you understand, resources, minerals, all these different things, natural resources and stuff like that. You understand? His bread will be fat and it's going to yield royal deities. There's not going to be a poor people. But yet still, look at what happened to the Venezuelans because the oppressor's hand is in there. The oppressor don't have to be close. He don't have to be close. You understand? For oppression to take place in the hands of the Venezuelans. You understand what I'm saying? When the oppressor have all his propaganda machines on the outside, when the oppressor have his people to do his bidding, the oppressor don't have to be close, but he makes sure that he have people to do his bidding. You understand? So in his absence, that people live for that. You understand? Go ahead, put it 33 and 24.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 24. And of Asher he said, let Asher be blessed with the children. Let him be acceptable to his brethren.
You understand? Let Asher be blessed with children. You understand? So when you see in these tribes, they have a lot of children. They're very fertile people. You understand? When Moses blessed them, he said, let Asher be blessed with children. Go ahead.
Let him be acceptable to his brethren.
Let him be acceptable to his brethren, meaning let him be accepted by all his brothers. You understand? All the rest of the tribe, let him be accepted by the rest of the tribe. Go ahead.
And let him dip his foot in oil.
Let him dip his foot where?
In oil.
Let him dip his foot in oil, man. Largest oil reserve, Venezuela. And that's not all the wealth, all the oil. You always say the oil money. Asher is a blessed people. Our forefather Moses blessed the 12 sons of Jacob before he died. The father tell them what will befall them, where they will be. The last days. You understand? Moses being a servant of the Most High, Moses being a brother, Moses being a family member, understanding the things that the Lord required from us. Before he died, bless Israel. You understand? So when you see all these oil reserves that the so-called oppressor are trying to come behind, that is rightfully Asher own, because they want to continue oppress our people. They want to continue oppress the tribe of Asher, which is our brothers and our family. You understand? Right? So with that, I will nip the class here. Again, Priest and Officer Mathwaya of the Israel School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We will continue it. Not next Tuesday, week after Tuesday, Lord allow, we can unleash room for Officer Shah to come in and teach. Right? But be sure to check us out on 91.9 this Thursday, 7 p.m. Again, 91.9, 7 p.m. Myself, Officer Sawapi will be there. We're going into our people understanding that there are enemies round about us, which is very, very, very important for us to understand. And you know, like I think Officer Barrier, right? I think he was the one sent my video and you're showing with the oppressor, with our people talking about the oppressor and efficient, the bombing that taking place on the sea, and you're saying that look, our people don't understand. You understand? They had this white image of Jesus on the wall. But Caesar Borgia, as we go say, yet still the pleading for help from the oppressor, not knowing that image ain't going to save them, not knowing the people that are looking for help for, not going to help them. But our people have to understand they are our enemies. You understand why we say they are our enemies? Because they are enemies of the Most High. You understand? Again, Priest of Mathwaya, Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on 91.9. Check us out on all social media platforms. ISUPK Trinidad. Upcoming high holiday, Feast of Tabernacles on the 5th of September. So sorry, Salaki. Upcoming high holiday, Feast of the Dedication of Chanukah, 25th day of the 9th month. Space of 8 days, that will be Sunday, 14th of December. You can make your way down to the ISUPK Trinidad, like pool number 1, Maurice Street in Point Fortin, and experience the Feast of Dedication of Chanukah. You understand? If you want more information, call Officer Sawapi at 479-8286. And remember, Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4, 2026, Houston, Texas. All adults and children 17 years and over, $200. Right? With that, the class over to Priest and Officer Mike One.
This is the ISUPK security and we are the ISUPK out of 1 West, something that's very interesting. Out of New York under Commandant Johnny Hunt. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be tutored only. They are here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. It's 10 in the Hebrew and it's pronounced Ma'aseh. 10% of every penny any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Preach fund. We will offer it for free, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. The upcoming Holy Convocation is the Feast of Dedication, also known as Chanukah, on the 25th day, the 9th month, by the space of 8 days, which will be Sunday, the 14th December 2025, for 8 days. You can find this with Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 to 61. Remind, Archeum and Aquatium. Check on social media such as ispppk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISPPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, like shirt, like headbands or scarf, and with that, see and imagine. Sir, we're going to turn and face the east, and we're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabashmai, Dash, Aya, Shamka, Awa, Alwatan, Abaa, Atazaka, Aya, Aisha, Ratiza, Kawa, Aya, Shamai, Thundernow, Lakam, Ha, Wam, Masalak, Alawat, Kasalak, Alawat, Malaa, Tabiano, say Abon. Abol, our shine, Mayan, Right, Ya, Amalakwa, Watakara, I will love him.
Just said in English, oh Father, chapter number 5. I'll be here. How? Will be done. Will be done. Anyway, as it is in heaven, or did you break? And forgive us for debts. We forgive a debtor. He does not come to temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Sir, men of Israel, let's give the teacher a 1 courtesy salute. Amalik Shabbat, Malik, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Sir, let's give the sisters online a 1 courtesy salute. Amalik Shabbat, Malik, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh as dismissed.